out here on the social to welcome the one and only musical legend, David Foster. Hello, David.
Hey, guys. So happy to be with you.
We're so happy to have you with us. You can play, not play, because you know what? When you're at home, you can do whatever you like. What has this time been like for you as we come to you from your home?
Well, I think it's the same story that you'll hear and have heard probably every day on your show. People, trying to adjust to this, not even new normal yet, but waiting for the new normal, but patiently waiting, as patient as we can, because it's obviously unprecedented in my lifetime. Whether you're 20 or 100 years old, it's pretty much unprecedented. So we're making the best of it. Kat and I we decided to be in a condo, and we've been ensconced for 27 days now, I think.
Wow.
And we hope everybody else is too.
So speaking of your wife, Katharine, David, your Instagram lives with her have been bringing people so much joy. Can we talk about your hair for a second? Okay, we're going to start there because Katharine actually cut your hair, right? She gave you a haircut. Tell us about that. And would you recommend home cutting for everybody else?
Can you see that?
Yes.
That was us.
Yes.
That was us in the bathtub last night. We decided to do it in the bathtub. We wouldn't have to clean up the hair. But this is the second haircut she's given me. And she's pretty darn good. I mean, it looks pretty good.
A little lopsided.
My wife is right here. She's going to pop into the frame for a second. Talk about the haircut and how I sat.
Please, yes.
For an hour I sat twice.
It's a little lopsided.
Hi, Katharine.
Hi, ladies.
Hi. That's great. Oh my gosh. Katharine, you guys are there. You're in this condo. A lot of people self-isolating. They're cooped up with their loved ones. How's it working out? How's it going?
It's pretty good. We have our moments like anybody else, Maybe you see we have a good laugh at all the memes going around, and the one of our favorites was what was the girl saying, "Could you breathe a little quieter?" or something like that.
It's not your breathing, it's your blinking that's bothering.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we've had of the Kat and Dave show, where we start the show off. Hi, I'm Dave. You probably know
that I got my start on a singing show. My vocals have
So.
Okay, wait. Can we jump on that for a second? Don't go anywhere, Katharine, because I have been one of the tens of thousands of people who've been tuning into your basically nightly IG live concerts. I've been living for these concerts, quite frankly. And you guys were supposed to be out on tour, but obviously COVID-19 has screeched all life to a halt. Is it as fun for you guys as it is for us to be watching?
Ready? 1, 2, 3. No. That wasn't planned. No, because we have nothing here.
Well,
Nobody here.
We have all these big ideas. Like we're trying to, in our own way, bring a variety show to the people at home watching us on IG, and it's really hard to do that when you only have one set of hands to hold two phones and props and things like that. So actually, when we do it and we go live, that part is fun, and when we see the responses after, it's really fun. But while we're doing it, we're just completely bickering the entire time. I'm like, if you could just learn how to. I'm basically a bossy nightmare. So.
Yeah, we.
Well, David and Katharine, you're both musicians. You've got so many musicians around you as friends. Is this a time that you think is allowing artists like you guys to be connecting with fans in a way that maybe you would have never foreseen before?
Well, it's funny. I was saying last night to him that I wonder if this period of time is going to bring out a lot of amazing music and creative ideas and films and scripts. Like I feel like people are going to, once they get past the point of being lazy, because I've been through that period where just the first 2 weeks you just didn't want to do anything, but then you start getting creative, and I think it's going to be a product of really amazing stuff that people do during this time, I think.
Let's talk about the album, because we're all curious where the title comes from, David. 11 words. What's the story behind that?
It's kind of a strange title, I know, but now it sort of rolls off my tongue. I woke up around 9 months ago at the end of the summer, long before this thing, of course, And for some reason, after many, many years, I decided to do a piano album for myself, just for the pure joy of it. And I identified 11 words that meant something to the planet and to me, like love and serenity and wonderment and romance. And I just let those words be my co-writers. For this piano music, it's basic, stripped down, just piano with a little bit of strings that you can hardly hear. And I just every morning came to the piano and did my best. And now here we are. Who would have thought that, the good old days was 9 months ago. And this music seems to be filling a space for some people that need it.
So let's talk about classical music. And like you said, you're going back to your roots, piano solos on this new album. What impact do you think, or have you seen classical music make on the industry and sort of popular music as a whole?
Well, I've always had, I'm not a great classical musician, but I've always had classical as a root for me. I took classical piano lessons, and all of my pop records that I made over all the years, I always used orchestras, and I had that sort of touch of classical. And I think that's been one of the things that's helped me through all these decades.
Just wanted David to maybe give a comment or two on the passing of the legendary Bill Withers.
I mean, I produced him. I wrote songs with him. It's unbelievable. I didn't speak to him the last few years, but it's a real hole in the industry. He was a leader, not a follower, and he walked to his own beat. And of course, everybody misses that. I mean, he retired many years ago, yeah, that was quite sad. In the midst of all this, it kind of got lost a little bit, but not on us artists.
Well, listen, we only have less than a minute left. So what we're going to do in that, if you don't mind, Mr. Foster, is I'm going to say thank you so much for joining us from your self-isolation, self-quarantining. 11 Words, the album. It is out now. Mr. Foster, thank you so much.